Hey everyone, Nick from ResoNix Sound Solutions here, and got another competitor spotlight. Tell us who you are and what you got here.
My name is John Smith, and this is my 2012 VW Beetle. I wanted something that was simple. It's obtainable, and for me, since my location, it's serviceable. I did do all the install, I did do all the fabrication, I did do all the design work. So it's probably a little overkill and plain for some people's taste, but everything is functional for me and everything's protected. It was a 7.5 hour drive, so I had a lot of stuff in the back, and it held up nicely.
So what did you do here for subwoofer enclosure, amp rack?
Subwoofer enclosure, it's in a fiberglass enclosure. I used a spare tire well. It's probably about a 1/4 of an inch thick, multiple layers of fiberglass on top, fused to 1.5 inch thick of MDF. And it's bolted with a riv nut to the floor of the vehicle and 1/4 inch stainless steel hardware to the vehicles. It's not coming out even if you roll the vehicle over. It's going to stay.
Yeah.
The amp rack, processor rack and stuff, it is one piece. There's a substructure underneath of it. This is an Elite Phoenix Gold 5-channel amplifier, and it's divided internally. You can't see it to where the amplifier is on one side, power flow and processor is contained on the other side, to keep all power flow and signal flow wires as short as humanly possible. And you can't tell, but the front has a removable panel. Everything is protected.
Cool.
Functional. It's just
a 5-channel Phoenix Gold Elite?
Yes. There's
Where'd
only
you manage
5.
to find one of those? Those are
Jeff
cool.
Smith worked with me, and I actually got 2 of them. So,
really?
So
those are nice amps.
They sound good. It's been really pleased so far.
Yeah, cool. So,
of course, I can say I've used multiple products, including ResoNix, as far as the sound treatment of the car. The car is treated everywhere with everything. As far as power flow, it's just simple new concepts, functional, fusing, the wire, speaker wire, just nothing extravagant in there.
Yeah.
I wanted it something that, it could be functional and could be, and the car is obtainable.
Daily driver.
Yes, it can be. Although it's not, it can be.
Yeah.
Factory.
So what do you got going on in the front?
I have a Sony GS9. I finally went away from the CD. I am old school, so most people know.
Yeah, you had the old school, the Alpine.
For simplicity, in another car I used the Vallicar pods with the same ScanSpeak ring radiators with good results. So I decided to use them again. Again, this stuff is obtainable. You don't have to have any really great technical skills to mount these.
Looks like you paint matched them to the car.
Yes,
though.
they are.
That's a detail that a lot of people don't go to.
Well, it was really easy. There's this place online called, I think it's Touch Up Direct, that you put your
so you did it yourself.
Yeah, you can get a spray can, rattle cans. It's already pre-made. They in a clear, match to your car and send right to you. You just take your time to paint it. It's not real difficult. Using factory locations in the door here. It's Ciaz magnesium cone Excel.
Okay.
Drivers up here.
6.5?
Yes.
Cool.
6.5. And it's like I said, it's a very basic install, basic system. Not a lot of drivers.
GS9,
the processor again is hidden in the back. You can't really see it, but it is an older PS8 from Arc Audio.
Cool. So what would you say was the one biggest change or improvement you made this year?
A functional amplifier. We had some issues at Steel Valley with the other Elite that I had. I had to send it in. Where it is an older amplifier, the pots started to corrode and needed cleaning, and it was causing issues. Until I had some stability in the equipment, I couldn't really tune and overcome anything because I didn't know what I was trying to do.
All right, let's ignore that one though. What do you think is another improvement you made to the system, or maybe like a aha moment that you had in this car?
Well, since the car was pretty much destroyed last year, trying to track down and get all the rattles from the reassembly process, because the gentleman who done it, he just puts cars together. He not for what we're doing to that type of detail and stuff.
And for context, for those that don't know, I think it was right after finals, right? Or
Steel Valley.
Right after Steel Valley, which you did very well in. A tree fell on the car, and pretty much, I thought it was totaled.
Yeah.
I thought that
it
thing
was $7,380 worth of damage on the estimate.
I would think it would be 3 times that easily. Honestly, the car was, crumpled. But I'm glad to see that.
This is a shameless plug. Tracking down rattles and stuff, and since I was in there, I had some of the ResoNix product, and I did put it in the door, and it has made a difference. The quality of the product, and I've been doing this since 1988, is the best I've used.
Longer than I've been alive.
And I've told you that. I've used, Dynamat, Be Quiet, and this if you don't use it, it's on you. I mean, it is good stuff as far as the towels.
Thank you for the plug.
I can't speak about stuff I haven't used, but I'm telling you, the towels are worth it. And I spoke with you yesterday. I'm going to be buying some more for some other projects.
Thank you. Thank you. And what kind of advice would you give to someone watching this video who is possibly thinking about coming out to one of these shows, even if they've never competed before, or even if they're not planning on competing, just thinking about coming out here and listening to cars or something of that sort?
Most people are really avid. They're really good about letting you listen and talk about it. If you're reserved, I say just come up and talk to somebody.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're all nerds.
I've been doing this for a long time. As far as in the competitors in the buildings, I've never noticed anything stolen. I've seen people bring their toolkit to their fellow competitors that's in their class or competition and help them fix their vehicle. It's a good group of people. I wouldn't hesitate.
Cool.
If you're looking to build a system, come to a show. More than likely you'll find a car, and they'll save you a lot of time by telling you, hey, remember to do X, Y, or Z. This is what I did.
Yeah.
And saves yourself some time. Or just to look at the equipment and see what you like, what you don't like. I wouldn't hesitate.
Cool.
I mean,
anything else you want to show us about your car? Or?
There's not much to show. I mean, it's a simplistic.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
And the thing is, this is obtainable. That's one thing I wanted. It's obtainable.
Yeah.
I've done this for a while. I've cut up cars. I've done all this stuff. I don't want to do it to this one. I enjoy the little thing.
Yeah.
It's functional.
And like I said before, this car sounds really good, especially for how simple it is.
And that's the thing, that if people listen to it, this is something. They look at the bigger installs here, and it's intimidating.
Yeah.
But the car has proven it can
run with those.
It can punch well above its weight class.
Not even punch well above that. I think a lot of people forget that you don't need a custom dashboard. You don't need, to cut up your firewall. Or you don't need, I'm guilty of that.
The biggest challenge is where I'm going against the grain as far as competition. I'm using a 2-way front stage. Most people do a 3-way now.
Yeah. I will say that your 2-way is better than pretty much any other.
Well, it was speaker selection as far as parameters.
Yeah.
You have to, pay attention to what it can do.
Yeah.
And
cool.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. John, thank you for doing a video, and thank you for showing us your car, and good luck to you out here.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good one.